Welcome to Flow Tricks, it's Ken. I am going to go over push-through throws. So stay tuned. First, I want to thank you all. I know it's been a while since I've made a video. I don't know if you're on my Patreon, patreon.com/flowtricks, but we're still making weekly videos. I've had Jason help. He's an awesome nunchuck instructor that has joined Flow Tricks because I've been busy doing shows. So with that in mind, if you always want consistent videos, you can always go to Patreon, and we have over 100 exclusive videos and then some. Today I wanted to go over a very simple concept that can be really cool. The basic concept of a push-through throw is a lot like an X catch, except we're turning it into a throw. So we're using the force of pushing your hand through an object to basically create a lift that we can throw. I'm going to show you 4 examples, I believe, today, and then you can do it to anything, though. The basic concept is this. We're going to go with one. Okay, right hand is going counterclockwise. Left hand, we're going to go into a bicep catch like this. I'm going to assume you know the bicep catch. It's very similar to this catch, except you're catching it with the bend of your arm and you're pinching it in. If you need help, just kind of lift your arms up and down, feel it as it sinks in, and then trap it with your arm. From here, you're going to let it a little bit loose. So the part that's going to stay on top is going to be on my left hand like this. Right hand is going to push through and below, and that's going to cause it to flip through. So as we push it through, the chuck is going to rotate around, and as soon as it starts to lift on the other side, you're going to lift your hand up. You're going to lift your hand up. So here, as soon as it starts to push through, we're going to lift our hand. Now what's going to happen is it's probably going to fly that direction, because we also have to give it just a little bit of a sharp pull backwards at the last second. Just like a lot of our throws that we're going under, we need to make it cross back. So as soon as it starts to cross under, we're going to pull it back and open it up, kind of like that. So the final motion will be catch, throw, boom. Again, catch, push it through, and then pull it backwards at the same time, and that's going to cause it to go through. Here, there. Now, another way that we could do this is also with the leg. So these are my 2 favorite ones. This one here, where we're going to push it through. Oops, I didn't get it tight enough. You really got to get it tight. If it's a little bit wonky when you let go, it's going to wobble in the air. It's going to be kind of the same thing, and you can do it with either hand, but it's basically got to spin to the outside of your body. So if it's in your left hand, it's going counterclockwise. If it's in the right hand, it's going clockwise. What you're going to do is you're going to lift up your leg like this, and you're going to put your hand underneath, and you're going to let this rest on the top of your leg like that. It's going to make like a capital L, like an L. So here, pull it under. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your left hand and grab where your right hand was. So this goes under, exchange hands. This is going to create the force now, and it's going to basically push underneath your leg like this, and it's going to be the same thing. As soon as the chuck starts to lift, you're going to open up your hand. So in slow motion here, push it through, and it becomes a throw that you can catch. Whoosh, whoosh, catch. Okay, so number 3 is going to be kind of a new one. Like it's kind of tricky, kind of awkward, but it still looks nice. This time we're going to go opposite direction, because we're going to the outside of an arm right here instead of to the inside. Or you can also just do this and go into a bicep X catch if you're advanced, and you can go into the same kind of throw. But what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to cross our arm like this, and we're going to do an outside bicep catch. Again, it's kind of awkward. You're just kind of going to the outside and like this, so there's not a lot of stretch because your arm has to cross. Try to make this as horizontal as possible, and you're going to do the same thing. This time you're going to pull it across your body like that, which is going to cause it to want to fly backwards. Oops, I didn't give it that upward pull yet. So once it wants to go backwards like this, you're going to do the same thing. You're pushing it through, and then you're pulling it back just ever so slightly. And what should happen is, if I can just get the control on this thing. So yes, it's something I made up today, but conceptually it's the whole theory, it's all the same motion, it's just going through different parts of your body. And we can do the same thing if it's on top of the shoulder as well. So if you're just doing these kinds of motions here, and all of a sudden you have a hand over your shoulder, you can twist to the side, switch hands, and pull it through that direction too. Or if we're here, boom, boom, we're doing bounces, we're up here, we can fling it through that direction too. And it's the same thing. As it goes over, we're pushing it through so it goes to the other side, and then we're clearing it out. You can do this with anything. I'm sure you can find other motions. I mean, it can be your forearm, can be your, I'm sure you can figure out a way with the armpit as well. There's a lot of different ways. We can also reverse it, which I'm not going to go into too much, but the reversal takes a little bit more practice because, like, say we catch it with our bicep. Instead of my right hand creating the force, my left hand, I can let go and use my left hand to create the force. The only thing is we have to create a rotation that happens so this chuck can drag under and lift. So it's not always the most reliable, but what you can do is eventually create like a lifting motion. It's a little bit trickier, but it is something that you can explore, so you can kind of do different variations of one or the other. It's hard for me to do that in slow motion, but you're basically grabbing the balance point, and it's almost like you're whoosh, pushing through and creating so much force that it reverses direction. So I hope this helps. And again, thank you all so much for being patient. And if you're not on Patreon, you know, like I said, we have over 100 exclusive videos and all that good jazz. We're always making videos, even if YouTube is a little quiet. Either way, thanks so much. Hope you all had a great Halloween, and send me a message. I'll talk to you all soon.